Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hello. We back at it again, right? Well, we back at it again with the meeting that happened between Trump and Zelensky today, right? The meeting between Trump and Zelensky, right? So Zelensky showed up at the White House with hat in hand, okay? Because he had meetings with Trump, among other meetings, right? And the Trump meeting was regarding a request for advanced military capabilities, especially the long-range missile variety, such as the Tomahawks and enhanced air defense support. So, specifically, Ukraine officials indicated they were looking for weapons that would allow Ukraine to strike deeper into the Russian territory, or at least improve its strategic position. So, on our side, Trump was trying to signal that he wanted to be part of a peace agreement. You know, he wanted to talk about settling. See, the thing is, Trump doesn't really give a damn about Ukraine. He wants Ukraine to surrender the land that Vladimir Putin has already annexed or gotten from Ukraine. He wants him to just surrender it and just say, "Forget it. You're not getting, you're not taking less. We're going to quit right now, and then whatever he's got, let him have it, and then you can cease fire." Zelensky ain't trying to hear that. It is what it is. He ain't trying to hear that. Nobody's trying to hear that. Okay, and Trump is trying to position himself to be a peacemaker, and Zelensky is trying to keep his land. Okay, I mean, this has been ongoing for a while, right? Ukraine wants to maintain the pressure on Russia and secure a better bargaining chip. Okay, and the meeting with Trump will help with that. But Trump don't really give a damn about Ukraine. He just wants to know the advantage he gets out of it. That's all. And he wants to broker a peace deal. He wants Zelensky to say it's okay for Russia to take the land that they have. We're like, oh, okay, no. But see, if you give Vladimir the land he has made strides on, if you say I'm going to stop now, no more fighting, then Vladimir Putin is going to assume that you're willing to give up more land. I'm willing to give. He gonna give me that. I'm gonna take some more. So you can't give up the land. That's what Zelensky is saying. I cannot let him win. And the whole thing is Trump. He's supposed to meet with him. He met with him today, and Trump hasn't promised him the Tomahawk missiles yet, and he's voiced concerns about the escalation with the war if they receive those kind of weapons. I mean, if I give you weapons against Vladimir, then I'm in trouble with Vladimir. So, you know, he's trying to play both sides of the fence. And the whole point is Ukraine is wary of asking for these Tomahawk missiles, asking for this help, because, I mean, it may require him to cede territory or accept unfavorable terms, you know, from Russia or whatever. Okay. And Zelensky is always saying, I didn't start this fucking war. This fucking war was started by Russia from invading my territory, okay? So he's trying to protect his sovereignty, right? And but Russia's mad that the United States would be even thinking about giving Ukraine. See, that's the thing. I don't like I don't like big countries bullying small countries. I don't like that. You're a big gigantic country. And I get the spoils of war and all that other shit. I get all that. But I don't like them trying to browbeat Ukraine, Zelensky. Now, damn sure don't like Trump trying to make Zelensky stand down from his own freaking country and just bow down to Russia. I don't like that. Okay, I wish Zelensky didn't have to deal with Trump, because it's like if I don't give him what he wants, if I don't play ball with him and give him something, he's not gonna help me. And that's the trash president that we have. We have a trash president. Okay, that's the problem there. Okay, and who do you pick in the rap battle? Whoopi. My name ain't Whoopi. But that's the whole point with that. And I just couldn't stand it. I hate when they get together because they act like he doesn't know how to respect another human being. And he's the biggest dog on the block. And that's the worst thing you could have did, was made this trash ass president the biggest dog on the block. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But let's listen in.
And we had a big call yesterday, as you know, with President Putin, and we'll be talking about it. President Zelensky of Ukraine has endured a lot. I mean, he really has. He's endured a lot, and we've endured it with him. To be honest, it's been a long time, and I think we're making great progress. So we're going to be talking about that today. We'll be talking about what took place yesterday with my phone call with President Putin.
Yeah.
And I think that things are coming along pretty well. It began with Alaska, where I think certain guidelines were discussed, and we want to see if we can get this done. This was long ago into the Biden administration. I came here and
Wait a minute. What went into Alaska? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? It went into Alaska. I hope Trump ain't trying to negotiate something to do with Alaska. I hope that's not the case. What does this got to do with Alaska? What is he talking about?
we inherited this, and we'd like to see if we could finish it, end it. We want it ended. So many people have died in this war, and we're gonna get it ended. So I just want to thank you all very much. If you have a couple of questions, go ahead, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
In fact, before I do that, let me just ask the president to say a few words. Thank you, President.
Pleasure. Glad to meet you again, Mr. President. Thank you very much for the invitation. Again, my congratulations with your successful ceasefire in the Middle East.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you did it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I think this is the momentum to finish Russia's war against Ukraine. I think that, yes, we understand that Putin
A pipeline? That's crazy. Let me look.
is not ready. I think not ready, but I think that I'm confident that with your help, we can stop this war. And we really need it. We see that they don't have successful steps on the battlefield, and it's good. I think that their army is weak now, but a lot of losses. They have a lot of losses and in economy and people, and I think this is a very important moment. And I wanted to thank you, Mr. President, after our phone calls. Yesterday, I had a good opportunity to meet with the big American energy companies, and they're ready to help us. Yes, after all these attacks on our infrastructure, Russian attacks, and etc. And I had also meetings. Thanks, team. We had meetings with a good military companies. We spoke about air defense, and I want to share it after with details where we are. Thank you Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Mr.
Very
President.
good. And I think he looks beautiful in his jacket.
Yeah?
It's beautiful. I hope people notice. It's actually very stylish. I like it.
President Trump, President Trump.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Under the Biden administration, the White House was fearing of the possible escalation. They were not allowing the Ukrainians to strike into Russia, fearing of this escalation.
Yeah.
Would your administration allow Ukrainians to strike deep into Russia?
We're going to be talking about that. That's something we'll be talking about. You're right. It's an escalation, but we'll be talking about that.
Mr. President, will President Zelensky join you in Hungary to meet President Putin?
Because it's a leader that we like. We like Viktor Orban. He likes him. I like him. It's a country that's a safe country. He's done a very good job. He's been a very good leader in the sense of running his country. He doesn't have a lot of the problems that other.
See, the problem with me and him is I don't know when he's telling the truth, or I don't know when he's fudging the numbers, or I don't know when he's making shit up. That's what I don't like. Every day it's freaking drama. Every day is something new. Okay? It's never, I can't never tell whether he just be making shit up, or maybe this shit is halfway true, or maybe this shit is all of shit. I can't tell. I don't like no president like this. I don't like no president that I got to worry about what they say all the time. They talk reckless 1 minute and then they be talking I just don't like this shit. See, what a lot of people, for me, all I see is a person who likes to spin the narrative, like a person who likes to spin shit to make me believe shit. You just say shit to make me believe shit. And then the shit be lies. Sometimes it have a little bit of truth in it, and then they have a lot of lies in it, and then you be doing that shit every day. That's what I don't like about this president. Because I can't tell all the time when they're lying and when they're not lying. And when they do talk, they just be saying the most outrageous shit. This shit is unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Countries have, and so we've decided that we'll be going to be with Viktor Orban, and I think he'll be a very good host.
President Trump, President Trump, President Trump, right here.
It's in
President Trump.
Hungary, yeah. We're doing Hungary, yeah.
With Putin, is it a trilateral meeting, or is it just you and Putin?
To be determined, but I would say most likely it's going to be a double meeting.
Right.
It'll be a double meeting, but we will have the president, Zelensky, in touch. There's a lot of bad blood with the two presidents, and I'm not speaking out of turn when I say it. It's a very difficult situation. You know, we just settled the war, and after thousands of years, I guess. People say anywhere from 500 to 3,000 years, and I was in rooms, as you saw, because you.
He settled what war? What war is he talking about that he settled? As far as I know, he hasn't settled any wars. That's wild. He ain't settled no war in Israel. He ain't settled no war in India.
You were with me, a lot of you were with me last week with leaders that didn't like each other, but they were able to get along. These two leaders do not like each other, and we want to make it comfortable for everybody. So
he ain't settled no war. The only thing them people going in there to do is give all of them Palestinians dirt naps. He giving out dirt, they giving out dirt naps. Ain't no negotiation, ain't no settling. He ain't did no peace. Israel is giving Palestinian dirt naps. Stop.
The other will be
they're gonna start handing out dirt naps.
Involved in threes, but it may be separated.
President Trump, Mr. President, President Trump.
Doesn't agree to peace in Hungary.
Was he what? Where are you from?
From Ukraine. He actually had a
Okay, good.
conversation with me.
Good, yeah.
What if Mr. President Putin doesn't agree to peace in Hungary? What do you do then? Do you have?
Fatima,
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, you know.
Fatima, over here we do facts. We don't do rambled, wild accusations and conspiracy stuff. We only do facts. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about cloning, and I don't want to know. Don't be doing no weird shit over here. We don't do no weird shit over here.
What if? I think he will. I think that President Putin wants to end the war, or I wouldn't be talking this way. I think he wants to end the war. I spoke to him yesterday for 2.5 hours.
The stock that's dwindling. The group that loves Trump is dwindling down to just a MAGA core base. The rest of us are starting to wake up. We all got kicked in the teeth enough. I think we've gotten kicked in the teeth enough. Okay. 38 Middle East countries agreed to the peace agreement. That don't mean jack shit. They handing out dirt naps. And if you don't know what dirt nap is, you need to look it up. Israel is starting to hand out dirt naps.
We went through a lot of details. He wants to get it ended. I think that President Zelensky wants to get it ended. Now we have to get it done.
President Trump, Kara.
No, I told you I only deal with facts. We're not dealing with the bullshit. We're not dealing with the bullshit. People are waking up, Steve. Whiskey, you need to no, Steve, I'm sorry. You need to be looking at the polls. You need to be looking at the survey. Because that ain't what it's saying.
Questions today. My question is for President Zelensky.
Sure.
Of Ukraine.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Our President Zelensky, President Trump, just brokered a peace deal in the Middle East that all Americans, both sides of the aisle, are very proud of. But to meet that deal, both sides had to make concessions. Our president has stuck out his neck in many ways to make a peace deal for your war as well. What specific concessions?
Yeah, Jim, he did. And you know how he did that? He took all of the funding away from the Latinos and the Hispanics. Okay.
Are you willing to make to end this war with Russia? Will you give up joining NATO? Americans have foreign war fatigue, and our president, as he said, we need our tomahawks too.
To me.
Yes, you, President Zelensky.
Thank you very much.
That's some question, right?
So many questions in one. Thank you very much for your question. First of all, I think we need to sit and speak. The second point.
I think you need to put that proof in the chat, Stock, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I listen and look at stats every day. I don't believe you.
And we need ceasefire. Even now, you see in the Middle East, it's very difficult to hold ceasefire. Everywhere, in every war, it's very difficult. We want peace. Putin doesn't want. That's why we need pressure on him. We will speak with President today what we need. We understand what we need to push Putin to negotiation table. And as I said previously, so we are ready to speak in any kind of format, bilateral, trilateral, doesn't matter. Matter just peace. This is important. And we don't speak about NATO or NATO. For Ukrainians, it's very important. Of course, it's our decisions of allies to decide where we are.
But are you willing to give up
Yes, but
joining
the
NATO?
most important thing for people in Ukraine, which are under each day's attacks, to have really strong security guarantees. NATO is the best, but weapon is very important. Allies on our side is very important. And between us, for us, bilateral security guarantees between me and President Trump is very important. I don't know, we didn't speak with details about it, but this is the most important document because United States is very strong.
Sir, President Trump, you're the middleman right now, hoping to end this conflict. Who is doing a better job negotiating, President Zelensky or President Putin?
I think they're both doing a great job in that sense. We have to get it done. We've got to take some of the hatred of each other. You know, they don't like each other. I say that.
Well, they're never going to get along because one person, the Russia, invaded Ukraine. They're never going to get along. I don't see how that would ever happen. And I don't see how they would ever come to an agreement. Yeah. Hey, TJ. So I don't think they're ever going to come to an agreement, specifically if you think Ukraine is going to give up any of its land. It's not trying to give up any of its land and come to a peace agreement. Pull Vladimir Putin back. Well, he ain't no peacekeeper. He attempts to make peace, but he ain't no peacekeeper.
In front of President Zelensky, but I say it in front of President Putin too. They have.
I told you, Jim. We only do facts in here. We only do facts in this chat. We only do facts over here. No bullshit. We don't do facts. Okay? We don't do lies. We do facts.
Tremendous bad blood. It's really is what is holding up, I think, a settlement. I think we're going to get it done, and we have to make it long lasting. As I said in the Middle East, everlasting, right? Everlasting. And the Middle East is a much more complicated situation. You know, we had 59 countries involved, and every one of them agreed.
No, you just come up with facts on your own. Yeah, I don't know what facts you posting, Jim. What fact did you put in there? 3.8 GDP growth, low unemployment. Are you serious? Strong. Are you serious? Somebody put facts in the chat to dispute this nonsense.
And it's sort of amazing. Most people didn't think that was doable. This is going to be something I really believe that's going to get done. I had a very good talk yesterday with President Putin. I think he wants to get it done.
And President Zelensky, right behind you. When we were in Israel with President Trump earlier in the week, we heard a lot about the difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Joe Biden before him. What do you see as the biggest difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Biden?
President Trump has a big chance now to finish this war. President Biden now is not the president, so he doesn't have a chance to finish this war. And President Trump is really showed for the world that.
You see the trash ass reporter try to pull Zelensky in the middle of the fight between trash Trump and Biden. He tried to pull him into the middle of that. You ain't finna pull me in the middle. He's saying we ain't doing that. I don't know why everybody keep trying to pump up Trump's chest. I don't understand why y'all keep doing
that. He can manage ceasefire in Middle East, and that's why I hope that he will do this, and we will also have such big success. For Ukraine, it's a big chance. And I hope that President Trump can manage it.
I would say the biggest difference is one is extremely competent and the other one is grossly incompetent.
Mr. President.
Sir, a few weeks ago in New York when you two met, you said that you think Ukraine could ultimately take back all the territory that it's lost so far. Do you still think that's the case, or do you think there'll have to be some sort of
You never know. Look, war is very interesting.
Stop lying, Jim. Stop lying. You keep saying, first of all, the GDP rate that you're quoting is one quarter. That's not the whole year. We still have 3 quarters to go. Stop it. Okay. Unemployment rate is at 4.3. Okay. Compared to where it was. Stop it. And we know what it is, Jim. Don't be disingenuous. Just don't be disingenuous. Okay?
Interesting. You never know, do you? You just never know with war and peace, but you never know.
Are you ready?
Please.
Russia calls Tomahawk supply to Ukraine as an escalation, yet it continues using similar cruise missiles like Caliber. And
Who are you with? You Ukraine?
Yes. Good. But Russia continue even using the cruise missiles and also nuclear-capable ballistic missiles in Ukraine since 2022. So do you consider providing Ukraine with the Tomahawk or similar missiles as an opportunity to equalize the possibilities of Ukraine and Russia and push Moscow to the negotiation table?
Sure. We're going to be talking about that. That's why we're here. Okay? Fair question. Exactly as he told you to say it. But we're going to be talking about it. Okay? Yeah, please.
Mr. President, message to India and Hungary who is still refusing.
You said India and Hungary? That's an interesting.
And Hungary.
India and Hungary. It's an interesting combination.
Refuse to stop buying Russian oil.
Well, India is not going to be buying Russian oil anymore. And Hungary is sort of stuck because they have one pipeline that's been there for years and years and years, and they're inland. They don't have sea. They don't have sea. And I spoke with the very great leader of Hungary, and they are, it's very hard for them to get oil. I understand it. Hungary's in a very interesting position because they can't have ports. They're surrounded by land. So we'll see what happens there. But
sure he does. Sure he does, stock investor. Sure he does. Sure he does. You mean you came up here with a bunch of fucking numbers. He live in your head. You came up here with a bunch of fucking numbers. Ain't nobody talking about numbers. You up here talking about numbers. He live in your head.
India will not be buying oil from Russia. And they've already de-escalated, and they've more or less stopped. They're pulling back. They bought about 38% of the oil, and they won't be doing it anymore.
Mr. President Trump has been helping you in achieving peace in Ukraine.
Who has?
First Lady Melania Trump has been helping in returning abducted Ukrainian children from Russian captivity. President Zelensky, do you appreciate those efforts? How do you assess them? And did you ask her to step in and to help you?
No, she wanted to do it. She just felt very strongly.
Yeah, he deported. Unlike President Trump, he deported criminals. Unlike Donald Trump, who deported regular folk like he's doing now. We get it. He deported 3 million, but most of those were prisoners or criminals. Unlike your president.
About the children, and she's done a really good job, I think, in bringing it to the fore. We have a lot of children involved. Now, it's some people say it's 20,000 and some people say it's 300. There's a big difference between that, so nobody really knows. But she felt very strongly about the children. She thinks about the children all the time.
President Trump, if you okay tomahawks to Ukraine, what's going to happen if the United States is in a conflict and we need the tomahawks? Do we have enough?
Look at this simple, silly motherfucker. What if we get into a conflict and we need the tomahawks? We gonna give him all of our tomahawks? We finna give Ukraine all of our tomahawks, jackass? No, we ain't finna give them all to him. Man, I hate that reporter. I don't know where he from, but he asks the dumbest questions because he's a shit starter. We trying to get the news. You trying to get Donald Trump pumped up. Don't get the idiot pumped up. Just ask the regular questions like he's supposed to.
That's the problem. We need tomahawks, and we need a lot of other things that we've been sending over the last 4 years to Ukraine. We've been, we gave them a lot. Now we have a different situation. We send it to the European Union. They pay for it and all that, and they have plenty of money. But it's beyond the money. We need.
No, Democrats don't have hate in their hearts. That's the MAGA side that has hate in their hearts. Because you all voted against stuff. You're the party that voted against stuff. Against aliens, against immigrants, against brown people, against black people, against gays, against abortion, against immigration. You vote against trans, against gay. You voted against everything. You don't have any principles to stand on. That's the problem. Now, all of that is being shown on your side, that you all don't have any principles because you don't stand for anything. Everything goes with you guys. No principles whatsoever. Everything goes with you guys. That's a party of no principles.
Tomahawks, so we need a lot of other weapons that we're sending to Ukraine. One of the reasons we want to get this war over is exactly that. It's not easy for us to give. You're talking about massive numbers of very powerful weapons. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about. Hopefully they won't need it. Hopefully we'll be able to get the war over with without thinking about tomahawks.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Zelensky came to ask you for Tomahawk missiles. What do you mean we gonna get the war over with before we have to deal with Tomahawk missiles? Don't tell us that you finna tell the man no, that he can't have the Tomahawk missiles. You telling the man he can't have the Tomahawk missiles? And Vladimir Putin ain't gonna agree to jack shit.
I think we're fairly close to that. Yeah, go ahead.
President,
Yeah, please.
Just you to understand. So
Oh,
for today,
what is he saying?
of course, we want to finish this war, but the war is another technological war. You don't use just tomahawks. If you want to target a military goal, you need thousands of drones. It goes together with such missiles. Ukraine has such thousands of our production drones, but we don't have tomahawks. That's why we need tomahawks. But United States is a very strong production, and the United States has tomahawks and other missiles, very strong missiles, but they can have our thousands of drones. That's why where we can work together, where we can strengthen American production.
And so just so that I understand, so you're suggesting kind of a trade. If President Trump okays Tomahawk missiles to help you launch.
Yes, it's
into
about
Russia,
military goals. It's
you
only
would
about
let-
military goals.
Right, but then you would authorize some kind of an exchange where.
Yes, of course.
the US gets
Yes, we have
Ukrainian-
proposition. Yeah,
And
we have big proposition
President-
with our drones.
President Trump, I don't mean to be brokering an arms deal here, but is that something that you would be interested in, Ukrainian drones?
We are, yeah, we would. We have a lot of drones right now. We build our own drones, but we also buy drones from others.
But see, that's the thing. The thing is, this is not how free press is supposed to work. The freedom of speech is supposed to work. All those reporters are supposed to be independent when they walk in the door. They shouldn't have a bias towards the administration. The administration shouldn't have a bias towards them. All of them should be independent. That's why they're having an issue now over at the Department of War with that idiot. Okay, because the idiot was like, okay, you all have to sign X, Y, and Z in order for what is it? You have to sign X, Y, and Z in order for you to take news out of here, or whatever news we want to have first of rejection of the news or whatever. And so that's why they had all of the reporters walking out, because it wasn't a matter of freedom of speech. They were trying to curtail what they say, what they get, what they come out of the DOJ. So the reporters in there, a lot of those reporters in there are friendly to the administration, and that's not how that's supposed to be. That's definitely not how that's supposed to be. They're all supposed to be independent, writing their own stories and getting their own stuff. I already told you, you Republicans don't stand on anything. You just don't stand on anything. Everything goes with you guys. So you don't stand on anything. Okay? We know that because you voted for this person. So we know you don't stand on anything. You just hate. That's all y'all have is hate. Hate the gays, hate the trans, hate the blacks, the browns, the immigration. You hate everything. Abortion people. You hate everything. So prove me wrong. You hate everything. So you have no principle. Yeah, they love to hate. They have no principles to stand on. I don't know why, you just don't. It just is what it is.
And they make a very good drone. I mean, drone warfare has really come to the fore over the last couple of years because of this war. I will say,
unfortunately, I'm not in my basement, but you don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying, listen to your own heart. Your own heart. You're the one who voted for the I can't stand the gays, the trans, the brown, the black, immigration, abortion. I hate all of those things. You're the one who hates all those things. That's the party of hate. Y'all hate everything. I can tell you what I believe in. Veterans, disabled, elderly, handicapped. Boom. 4 things that I believe in. What do you believe in? Y'all don't believe in nothing. You Republicans don't believe in anything. You just hate, hate, hate. Y'all the party of the hate, hate, hate. So go ahead and hate. We don't have to listen to it. We don't have to deal with y'all at all. We just think y'all weird because y'all hate everything. That's all.
There's nothing like the jets. You know, we knocked out a lot of drones in Israel. We were knocking them out for Israel, and we were doing it with extremely fast and powerful jets, following the drones and knocking the hell out of them. So it's, you know, we know a lot about the drones, and we know a lot about the great jets, the great ones. The ones, well, and the B-52s, which were totally they were stealth. They were undetectable. So we have a lot of different weapons. And, you know, I have an obligation also, though, to make sure that we're completely stocked up as a country, because you never know what's going to happen. In war and peace, right? You never know what's going to happen. So we're going to be talking about Tomahawks. And
wait a minute. The whole point is, are we going to give them the help that they need? Zelensky is asking for help. So are we going to do that? Right? We tried to broker the deal with Israel and Hamas. That deal is not going to happen. That whole situation is done. Israel is handing out dirt naps. Palestinian people are done. They just done. I don't have any hope for that, because neither one of them wants to give up. So there is no peace deal over there. It's just what is it called? A lie. That's what it was. It was just a lie. What they tried to present to us last week was a lie. All of it was a lie, just to give Bibi Netanyahu cover so he can give all those people dirt naps. It was just a lie. That's all.
Would much rather have them not need Tomahawks. Would much rather have the war be over, to be honest, because, you know, we're in it to get the war over. We're selling a lot of different types of weapon, as you know, to the European Union. We're not in it for that. We're in it to get it over. We're losing thousands of people a week, thousands of people. Russian, Ukrainian, mostly soldiers. I mean, right. Mostly soldiers. Right. But we're in it to see that end. And if we can end quickly, and I think...
And see, here's my thing. Trump doesn't care about Ukraine. He don't care about nothing but himself. That's it. He don't care about the American people. He cares about himself. He cares about... He don't care about nothing. Okay, he has no moral fabric whatsoever. The high ground, the low ground, the middle ground, he don't have no moral character whatsoever. So he just wants to look good in front of the world, and he looks terrible. Okay, that's the problem. He looks terrible, with people who are actually looking. Okay, because every time he talks, it's a goofy dynamic where he's kind of lying 90% of the time, but he threads in there about 10% of truth, but 90% lying, and I don't get it. So it is what it is with him, and we just can't fix this. So the only way for us to get rid of this is if we do what we got to do in the 2024 elections. Hopefully, 2026. Hopefully, we have enough people where we can get rid of this kind of garbage. Hopefully, that's the case.
I think we can. I mean, I had a very good talk yesterday. We're going to be talking about it. But I had a very productive talk yesterday with President Putin. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Credence, did anybody come in here? Did anybody come into your chat or come in and talk to you like you lost your mind? Has anybody talked to you like that? Who told you to come into a chat and talk like you don't have no home training? Anybody say that to you? Moral depravity makes no sense when nobody else is talking reckless. Nobody's talking reckless except you. You want me to find you so that you can get fired from your job? Is that what you want me to do? Just dumb for no reason. Don't do that again.
But the war in the Middle East was far more complicated. We got that one done. And I think we have a good chance. I think President Zelensky wants it done, and I think President Putin wants it done. Now all they have to do is get along a little bit.
Can you give us an update on the trade negotiations with China, or perhaps Secretary Bessent?
Yeah, I will, and I'm going to let Scott do that. But I think we're doing very well. I think we're getting along with China. China would like to have something. As of this moment, we'll be meeting in a couple of weeks. We'll be meeting in South Korea.
You think
myself.
will go forward?
I think so. It looks like it's going forward. I think so. They want to meet. We like to meet. I have a very good relationship with President Xi, and we're going to see what happens. But, you know, for years we were taken advantage of by China.
Shit, I didn't even know that goofy ass JD was in the room. Didn't even know the goofy was in the room.
Very badly. We were losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year to China. We really built their military, if you think about it. The kind of money that presidents allowed to be lost to China was just insane. And then when I came into office, as you know, I put very severe tariffs. So we took in hundreds of billions of dollars in my first term from China. Biden let...
Wait a minute, hold on. Did he take hundreds of billions of dollars in his last term? Didn't he have to bail out the farmers with that money? Didn't he have to do that? God, I can't. Sometimes I can't. It's just wild. Didn't he have to bail out the farmers? And don't he got to bail out the farmers again? And then he got to give 20 billion. No, it ain't 20 billion, B-Buster. It's 40 billion. He's sending 40 billion to Argentina. Just wild.
Let that go because it was so much. He let it continue, but he gave all sorts of exceptions. And by the time you looked at it,
Buster, he don't give a damn about the American people. Just know he don't give a damn about the American people. He cares more about looking good than he does about taking care of the American people. There's no way that a president who puts America first would be sending $40 billion over to Argentina when his own people are starving on the street. His own people can't afford groceries. His own people can't afford the rent or anything else. Ain't no president who puts America first doing that. So I know he doesn't care about America like he pretends. But let the maggots tell you that he does. We know better. Anybody who's paying attention knows better.
God, I would say it wasn't the same thing. He would give an exception for anything. If you got up and went out to dinner, he'd give you an exception. So it wasn't the same thing. But I put on very serious tariffs. So we took in hundreds of billions of dollars. And then I left office. The election was rigged. I left office, and that was the story. Now I come back.
I don't know. Cost of living. It's been going in the opposite direction than the cost of everything else. I don't know, Tony.
Back. We are in a very strong position because of tariffs.
I would love for you to put anything that I've said in the chat that you can dispute. I would love it. Please take anything I have said from this live and put it in the chat and then say I am lying about that. I would love to be corrected. You see, stock investor, this is what you don't get. I would love for this president to be successful. I would love it for this president to be successful because I put America first. When I put America first and I want America to come first, I do things for America first. I don't do things for other people first. I don't put Israel first. I don't put Ukraine first. I don't put nobody first except American people first. and I build up American structures and American people first. I would love for this president to be successful, but he doesn't give a damn about the middle class. The people between 30,000 and 150,000, he don't give a fuck about. That's the problem I have with this president. Okay? That's the problem I have. I wish he would be successful. I wish he would put us first, but I know that he's not going to. So please put in the chat anywhere that you've seen that I have lied. Please, I welcome it. I welcome you to put anything I have said that's a lie. Please, please, please do.
We're in a very powerful position because of the fact that we have tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be in a very weak position. We would be in a weakened state.
If he said if we didn't have tariffs, we would be in a weakened position. Why is it that he has to bail out farmers if he was in such a strong position with tariffs? Why is it that he has to bail out farmers? Why is that? Why is that?
But with tariffs, we've made hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, but from others. And China wants to talk, and we like talking to China. So we have a very good relationship, and we're going to be meeting in South.
LaGreef, see, we can't do this dumb shit. LaGreek chef, why do you think the eggs were up where they were? Has nothing to do with the president. Has nothing to do with the president. The price of eggs. Why are you talking about eggs? Everything else is up by at least 40%. What are you talking about? See, don't spout garbage. We want people to get the facts, not the garbage. Okay?
South Korea, a couple of weeks. And I just got back from a long trip. I'm going on another long trip. And Scott, you want to say a few words on that, please?
Yes, sir. So the entire relationship stems from the great respect that the two leaders have for each other. China did a substantial, unprovoked escalation last week. We were unable to get in touch with them since then. It's been IMF World Bank Week. They have had working level people here who there have been meetings. The vice premier, who is my counterpart, and I will be speaking this evening at around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then he and I and a delegation will meet in Malaysia probably a week from tomorrow to prepare for the two presidents to meet. So
wait a minute, Le Greek chef, I heard what you just said. You just said that he stopped 8 wars. Somebody put those 8 wars between the countries in the chat right now, because I would love to find out what 8 wars it was. Somebody please. You know, Le Greek chef, you hit me. You hit me with the 8 wars that he stopped. Hit me with the 8 wars. No. You the one said it. You bold and bright enough and smart enough to come up with 8 wars. Please explain to us what 8 wars are you talking about? Because I would love to know. I didn't know we had that many goddamn conflicts around the world like that. But, I could be wrong. 8 wars? Really? Wow. Some of y'all on a whole nother level of goofy.
I think that things have de-escalated.
Whole nother level.
That China will show the respect that we have shown them. And I am confident that President Trump, because of his relationship with President Xi, will be able to get things back on a good course.
Is the hope for that meeting with you and President Xi some kind of trade deal then? Or
could be. Look, I think we're in a very strong position. We're getting...
Y'all do me a favor and hit the like button, please and thank you. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, please and thank you. We having this content like this because it's weekend. And I like to have content all throughout the day and the night and do all those good things. Please hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. Do all them things, notification and goody. Hate button, like button, makes no difference. It's interaction. Please and thank you. I'd appreciate it. Please.
As you know, as of November 1st, I could move it up if I wanted. A 100% tariff over and above what we get now. So that would make it about 157%. And China doesn't want that, and they want to talk. And we're talking, and I think we'll make a deal that will be good for both. I think we will do something, but you have to understand, we never got anything from China. It was a one-way street. For many years, for decades, it was a one-way street. And they became rich because of the United States. And frankly, presidents that, let's be nice, they didn't know. They just didn't know. They didn't understand what was happening to them. But I understood it. I understood it long before I ran for politics. I used to watch in amazement at how stupid our country was, how stupid they were. And we're not stupid anymore. And that includes with the European Union, that includes with Japan and South Korea. All we want to do is be treated fairly. But the fairly is hundreds of billions and even trillions of dollars coming into the United States. And it's our national security is secure because of tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we would have no national security. So it's very important.
Will you seek China's help in ending the war in Ukraine? Do you need them to put pressure on Russia?
I'll be discussing that, but I'd love to see it ended before that.
President,
I mean,
now my understanding is there's a ceasefire in Gaza. That's garbage. There's Gaza and Israel. That's garbage. No such thing. It was just a fluke, a ruse, disguise for Netanyahu to go in and give all those people dirt naps. Sooner or later, we're gonna find out they no longer is there. Okay, there's dirt naps all around in Gaza. So there ain't no peace treaty. There ain't no peace nothing that happened in Gaza. Democratic Republic of Congo. Peace accord between Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, great, fine. We give him that. Ceasefire. Only ceasefires between Iran and Israel. But you started that. Israel started that. So you ain't doing no peace agreement. You ain't doing nothing. So stop with the madness about him stopping anything. Only thing I give him credit for, maybe the Rwanda and the Republic of Congo, that peace accord. That's the only one. There ain't no such thing as a ceasefire between Gaza and Israel, and Israel started the escalation between Iran and them. So ain't no 8 wars. You got bullshit going on.
I think we have a chance of ending the war quickly. If
absolutely, he didn't do nothing.
Flexibility.
If his lips is moving, he lying.
Is shown on behalf, and again, we're not losing people. The United States is not. We're not losing people. We're not spending money. We're getting paid for the, ammunition and missiles and everything else that we're sending to the European Union, but to NATO. But it's very similar. If you look at the countries, it's very similar. And we just made a very fair trade deal with the European Union. And what we wanted, and we made a very good deal with NATO too. They pay for all of this. That's not what we're in this for. We're in it to save thousands of lives every week. Thousands and thousands of lives. That's why we're in it. And I think we have a very good chance of bringing this war to a conclusion.
See, here's the thing. The president seems, he wants to portray strength. I get all that. But here's the thing. These people have been fighting for years. What makes you think you're going to come along and then do some talking, lead with strength, and expect these people to listen to what you got to say? I can tell you right now, Zelensky ain't trying to hear it. Zelensky ain't trying to hear none of this shit. He trying to get his Tomahawk missile and get the fuck on. He trying to get back to Ukraine so I can get busy whooping that ass. Okay? He ain't trying to do none of that. Okay? And then Bibi Netanyahu just used us for cover so he could break those people up. He could end those Palestinian people. He just used us to get cover. Donald Trump just gave him cover to do what he really wanted to do, which was to give those people dirt naps. Okay? So it ain't no ceasefire or nothing else. That shit was over. That ceasefire was over in 2 days. Okay? And Israel started the war with Iran, so you should just let them do what they had to do. They started that shit. This is what I mean by this president going off by himself and doing what he got to do and not putting America first. Okay? No, Obama and Biden don't have nothing to do with them folks starting their own war. Them people doing their own thing. I don't care about none of them people over there. I don't have nothing to do with them people. I care about America first. Okay? Okay. That's the whole point. Just wild.
Mr. President, and your cabinet has done honestly an excellent job. I think that a lot of people could agree to that.
Thank you.
I'm speaking as someone who lost my father in a war, so I know the human cost. What would your advice be to American leaders, to world leaders, to neocons, to TV hosts who often speak
Shut your mouth,
strategic terms rather than the human cost and the human terms?
Look, my only statement is we have to get together. It's a very small group of people. It's the president.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He don't give a damn about the American people. He give a damn about his pockets. He don't give a damn about the American people. I wish y'all would wake up and figure that out.
The president, and the president. Okay, 3 presidents. And I'm the mediator president. And I'm mediating not an easy situation. It should be easy, but it's a lot easier when people understand each other, when they get together, and when they like each other. Yes. We don't necessarily have that situation as far as like is concerned.
Right.
Maybe it can turn around. Maybe it can. But in the meantime, we'll have them keep a little bit of distance, and we're going to see if we can get it done. This is number 9. Okay, this will be number 9 for me. I've solved 8, including the Middle East. I've solved 8. This I thought would have been
he even said that bullshit.
President Putin mentioned yesterday Armenia, all of the different wars. He said it was amazing because but the big one that he was surprised that we were able to settle was the Middle East. He thought it was incredible. He was very generous in that sense. This should be something we're able to settle. And I think we will be able to settle.
Hold up. Wait, man, how are you saying 8 goddamn? I know Rwanda, Israel, Iran, Israel, Gaza. That's 5 more. What the fuck is he talking about? 5 more? Just because you say something don't mean you did it.
On that note, you will go down as the peacemaker.
What the hell?
And you will resolve this war.
Well, we resolved 8 others. It's funny how people say that. If you get this one, every time I do one, they forget about that one. I solved 8 wars. Go to Rwanda and the Congo. Talk about India and Pakistan. Look at Thailand. Look at all of the wars that we solved.
India, Pakistan. Okay. He's saying Armenia and somebody, the Republic of Congo, India, Pakistan, Cambodia, Thailand, Serbia, Kosovo, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Israel, Gaza, and Israel. Are you kidding me? Are you all freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding?
And every time I solve one, they say, if you solve the next one, you're going to get the Nobel Prize. I didn't get a Nobel Prize. Somebody got it who's a very nice woman. Very nice. I don't know who she is, but she was very generous. So I don't care about all that stuff. I just care about saving lives. But this will be number 9. But every time I solve one, they said, sir, if you solve one more, you're going to be known as a peacekeeper. So to the best of my knowledge, we've never had a president that solved one war. Not one war. Bush started a war. A lot of them start wars, but they don't solve the wars. They don't settle them. And especially when they have nothing to do with us. I almost, I guess, just about all of these wars had nothing to do with us. But I saved tens of millions of lives. The Prime Minister of Pakistan said, I saved millions of lives in interceding on Pakistan. And you look at Pakistan and India as an example. That would have been a bad one, two nuclear nations, right? So I say this. This is pretty much the last one, although I do understand that Pakistan attacked, or there is an attack going on with Afghanistan. That's an easy one for me to solve if I have to solve it. In the meantime, I have to run the USA, but I love solving wars.
Hold your horses, Nelly. What the fuck is... Hold your horses. You right. Some of these things... Woo. See, this is how... Does he know he's lying? Wait a minute. Does this president know that he's lying, or he's just talking? I don't understand. What's going on? Does he know he's lying?
You know why? I like stopping people from being killed, and I've saved millions and millions of lives, and I think we're going to have success with this war. Wait, please.
President Zelensky, this is your third time, no doubt, and you will resolve this war.
Well, you know, we resolved 8 others. It's funny how people say that. If you get this one, every time I do one, they forget about that one. I solved 8 wars. Go to
8
Rwanda
wars. He
and
done
the
said
Congo,
it again.
talk about India and Pakistan.
What the fuck?
Look at Thailand. Look at all of the wars that we solved. And every time I solve one, they say, if you solve the next one, you're going to get the Nobel Prize. I didn't get a Nobel Prize. Somebody got it who's a very nice woman. Very nice.
Corey, the reason why he won is because of people like you. People like you that are brainwashed. People like you. Don't forget, don't have no doubt that people just like you are the reason why he won. And thank God some of y'all are waking the fuck up. So why don't you do the same thing?
I don't know who she is, but she was very generous. So I don't care about all that stuff. I just care about saving lives. But this will be number 9. But every time I solve one, they said, sir.
That's the problem. Obama got a peace agreement, and he thinks he's going to... Let's be clear. This president cannot even lick Obama's shoes. This president can't get nowhere near Obama's shoes. Okay? You could never even be nowhere on Obama's level. Stop it. Okay? You need to stop it. In every way, shape, or form, Obama outpaced you. In every way, shape, or form. Okay? So you need to stop trying to catch up to Obama, because you never could. It always has been. Yes, always has been.
If you solve one more, you're going to be known as a peacekeeper. So
don't be a hater, Corey B. Don't be a hater. You guys are trash. You need to look things up. Please look things up. Please stop being dumb. Please, please, please. I can't tell you everything.
To the best of my knowledge, we've never had a president that solved one war. Not one war. Bush started a war. A lot of them start wars, but they don't solve the wars. They don't settle them.
That's the problem.
And especially when they're not, when they have nothing to do with us. I guess just about all of these wars had nothing to do with us. But I saved tens of millions of lives.
Yes, but you're a trash human being. And you've only been doing war president shit when you told us that you weren't going to do war president shit. Wait a minute. Before he got president, weren't you MAGA motherfuckers saying to us, no new wars, no new wars. He wasn't going to be involved in no wars. And that's all we've been doing. That's all we've been doing for the past month and a half, 2 months, is dealing with wars. If you don't know LaGreek, I can't tell y'all. You're only trash human beings don't know history. If you don't know history, I can't help you. That's all you need to do is Google. Like you told me to Google what Obama did. Stop running your mouth. Google what Obama did. Stop running your mouth.
Prime Minister of Pakistan said, I saved millions of lives in interceding on Pakistan, and you look at Pakistan and India as an example. That would have been a bad one, two nuclear nations, right? So I say this, this is pretty much the last one, although I do understand that Pakistan attacked, or there is an attack going on with Afghanistan. That's an easy one for me to solve if I have to solve it. In the meantime, I have to run the USA, but I love solving wars. You know why? I like stopping people from being killed, and I've saved millions and millions of lives, and I think we're going to have success with this war. Wait, please.
President Zelensky, this is your third time over here.
That's why you can't talk to Le Greek Chef, because Le Greek Chef he's brainwashed. I don't get it. How you don't know he helped stop the economy from tanking in 2008 when he came into office? How you don't know that he signed healthcare into legislation? How do you not know some of this stuff? Come on. What major piece of legislation has this president done for every American? This president, what has he done? This big, beautiful bill has nothing to do with us. It helps us middle class not one bit. What has this president done for us, for the American people? Boy, Tony V, oh Lord have mercy. I can't make these people learn. I can't make y'all learn. I can't make you learn. I can't.
Oh, and by the way, you look excellent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
For you, by the way. This is your third time here. How different sitting across from the president is this time versus the two previous times here at the White House, and how confident are you hearing the success rate of solving these prior wars that he can get this war solved?
First of all, about suit. The same suit because the same president. It's very simple. The next president will have another suit. Yes, about our...
Zelensky can't stand it. Zelensky can't. Oh, Corey B, why don't you call your Republican senators up and say, hey, I don't want none of that health care. I want all my premiums to go up. I want all of them to go up. Just wild. Just wild. Just wild. You don't even know how the Obamacare functions. Half of y'all don't even know how Obamacare functions. And you out here having a conversation about Medicare and Medicaid. Just wild. Just wild.
Relations with President Trump, I think we have important dialogues. And I think we begin to understand each other.
Say, hey, the Sage, exactly how are we trying to destroy the country, seeing as how we don't have the White House, the Senate, or the House of Reps? How exactly are we trying to destroy the country? We would have to be in control in order to destroy the country, now wouldn't we? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Stop talking nonsense. Jesus, just stop talking nonsense.
Yes, and I know that President...
And a lot of people didn't vote. A lot of people didn't vote. Okay?
...is briefed very well about the situation in the battlefield, and he knows a lot what's going on in the battlefield in Ukraine, and I think it really helps.
Donald Trump had the opportunity to get rid of Obamacare when he had the House, the Senate, and the White House before. He didn't get rid of it because he doesn't want to. What part of that don't you get? He doesn't want to. It's all for show. That's all it is. It's for show. Just goofy.
You know a lot of things, a lot of details about one or another war. It helps a lot. But we are still in war. And I hope we can manage.
You are being here that there are some countries that are not meeting their commitment.
You pointed out Spain. They said that like it's impossible.
No, Spain has not come through. No, Spain has not been loyal to NATO. Spain has been, they're the only one. Everyone went up to, as you know, I mean, you were at 2% and they all went up to 5%, but Spain disagreed with that. I think Spain should be reprimanded for that. I think it's very bad that they did that, but that's up to them. That's up to NATO and Spain.
They cannot be expelled from NATO.
Can they or not?
They cannot, according to the treaty, but they also claim that they are protected by the European Union umbrella for trade.
Well, the other people, many of the other countries are in the European Union too. They're not complaining, right?
President, tell you that food is serious.
That's of interest.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Do you think you can carry the momentum from the Middle East deal over to this deal? And if
I do.
So, how does that move the needle?
Yeah, I do. I think we carry a lot of momentum, a lot of credibility. Getting Middle East done was very important. Nobody thought it could be done. That was one nobody thought could be done, and we got it done. And a lot of that was the big hit that we put on Iran with respect to the nuclear. They took,
So you mean to tell me he never got an opportunity to gut Medicare and Medicaid? So I'm just curious. If all of these people need Medicare and they need medicine, where is Trump's plan to replace it if he wanted to get rid of Obamacare? If Obamacare is so bad, why hasn't he replaced it with something else? Why hasn't that happened? Because he don't have no plan to do that. He has no plan to get rid of it. They don't have a plan to get rid of it because they don't have a plan for the American people. Okay? Because they don't care. All they care about is money. That's all they care about is money. Okay?
It was an unbelievable military maneuver, the B-2s, and many other planes involved, by the way, but the B-2s. Yeah, I think nobody expected that to happen. And, you know, we had 59 countries involved, and these were countries very diverse. You had Arab, Muslim, Jewish, you had every country, Christian, you had every country, and many countries involved. And we got that done. And we got it done pretty swiftly after we set the table properly. We had to set the table properly. This should be one that we get done. And I think the table is set properly here now, too. And it'll be a great honor. It'll be a great honor to get it done. And the Ukrainian people are great, and the Russian people are great. And obviously they have much in common, as we understand. They have a lot in common. So it'll be a great honor to get it done. Yeah.
On Venezuela, there are survivors from your latest boat strike. What happens to those survivors?
Well, I'll ask Marco to discuss that possibly.
Yeah, it's well known there's an ongoing narco-terrorist operation the United States has been conducting. As far as details of any recent strikes, we're not prepared here to announce all those details, but you'll get that information here very shortly.
And how are there survivors when these are meant to be lethal attacks?
Right.
Yeah, again, I mean, we're undertaking these operations against narco-terrorists. That's what these are. These are terrorists. Let's be clear. And but as far as the details of any recent operations, when we are prepared to announce those, we will, as the president has consistently done. So you may get something on that later today.
But that's what I said to you, Corey B. That's what I said to you, Corey. You Republicans don't have any principles to stand on. You stand on nothing. You stand on hate. But that's all that you stand on. That's the only thing that y'all stand on. You stand against trans, homosexuals, immigration, brown people, black people, abortion. You stand against everything. You hate all of those things. You have no principles to stand on anything else. You hate everything. I gave you 4 things that I stand on as a Democrat. As a Democrat, I say veterans. Make sure the veterans okay. making sure the elderly are taken care of, making sure the poor children have food in schools, disability, disabled, health care, minimum wage, fair and flat tax. What do y'all stand on? Y'all have all this hate, but you don't have nothing that you stand on. You don't believe in none of the things I just mentioned. We doing so much. We doing amazing over here, user man, from all these handouts. We doing amazing over here. Just dumb. That's all you got to say is handouts? That's it? What do you stand on? You Republicans don't stand on anything. You just hate. You don't have anything. I care about the homeless, veterans, disabled, elderly, poor kids. I care about those things. What do y'all care about? What do y'all care about? You don't stand on anything. Anything. Then you go for this kind of nonsense in the White House. You go for this kind of nonsense in the White House.
Let me ask you, that was in a submarine, right? We attacked a submarine, and that was...
Tony V, what does having an abortion have to do with you? That's what I said. Didn't you just hear what I said? You only hate stuff. You don't stand for nothing. You hate that other people are having abortions. You don't have no abortions. Why the fuck are you even mentioning that? You don't stand on nothing. What do you stand on? Don't give me the bullshit about abortion. It has nothing to do with you. You don't have abortions. Stand on nothing.
It was a drug-carrying submarine built specifically for the transportation of massive amounts of drugs.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you very much, Mitch. Thank you.
Just so you understand, this.
You all hit the like button. You hit the like button, the hate button, subscribe, share, do all of those things, please and thank you. I love to have conversations and these kind of things in the middle of the night. You know, talk. People who can't sleep, middle of the night, Friday, Saturday night. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. I said it 3-4 times. Please and thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe button, share button. Beautiful things, please and thank you. And I need some subs. I can't get no subs. Come on, y'all. Come on. Oh, you got a hate button? Yeah, I got a hate button. Yeah.
This was not an...
I get hate every night. I get at least 5 hates.
Innocent group of people. I don't know too many people that have submarines. And that was an attack on a drug-carrying, loaded-up submarine. Yeah.
On Putin, is it your belief, as Mr. Zelensky said yesterday, that the threat of tomahawks and costs, as Secretary Hicks has put it, is that bringing him to the table, the fact that it's kind of a carrot and stick?
I don't know what's bringing him to... I think he wants to make a deal, that's all. I can't tell you what's bringing him. Sure.
Putin obviously wants a deal, okay? Putin obviously wants a deal. He wants to keep the land that he's already acquired. He just does. He don't want to give Zelensky back his stuff. Zelensky wants him to move out of his land. Israel and Palestine. What do I think about Israel and Palestine? I think Israel finna hand out dirt naps. They finna hand out dirt naps. And there ain't nothing we can do to stop it. Yes, before they bulldoze the whole land. Before they bulldoze everything. That's what I believe.
That's the threat of that is good, but the threat of that is always there. Tomahawks are very dangerous weapons. They're incredible weapons. If you like warfare, it's one of the most accurate. You know, we hit 30 Tomahawks in Iran after the B-2s did their damage. We sort of gave it a little capper with 30 Tomahawks from a submarine. quite far away, actually, but they're an amazing weapon. They're a very powerful weapon.
Oh,
but they're a
Lord.
very dangerous
Y'all
weapon.
done let him start talking. Y'all know this president will turn it into a campaign speech. Yeah, he did double that to 40 million. 40 billion. It's 40 billion, right? Not 40 million, 40 billion. Right? Just wild. 40 billion. And yet we can't get free lunch in schools for the kids. That's all I'm saying. Why can't we get free lunch for all the kids in the school? But we can give 40 billion to Argentina, right? Right? We ain't got no money for healthcare, but we can give 40 billion to Argentina, right? That's all I'm saying. I put America first. I don't know. This ain't America first. Of course I know, Mitch. Of course. What we doing? Serve kids garbage food. Really, climb BMX. If you don't get no goddamn food, garbage food is better than no food. If you don't get no food from home, garbage food is better than no food. So shut the fuck up.
It could mean big, escalation. It could mean a lot of bad things can happen. Tomahawks are a big deal. But one thing I have to say, we want tomahawks also. We don't want to be giving away things that we need to protect our country. We have a very strong country right now. We have a strong military. We have the greatest military in the world. We have the greatest weapons.
That's not the question that's not the issue. Why? We all agree that children need to have food. We all agree that our children need to be healthy and happy when they go to school. We all are supposed to agree to that, right? I told y'all Republicans don't stand on nothing. What are you for? I told you, I'm for the veterans, elderly, disabled, poor children. And I just told you that putting America first would mean children had free lunch. And then you ask me, why don't they have free lunch at home? Why don't they get food at home? Because I'm putting America first. I think we should have free lunch for every kid instead of sending $40 billion over to Argentina. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't give a fuck about American people. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Okay? Maybe you don't give a fuck about the American people. You give a damn more about the Argentinian people getting $40 billion. I don't know. Maybe you give a fuck about that more. Okay? I give a fuck about our children eating here. I give a fuck about our veterans having a place to stay, having health care. That's what I care about. I don't know what you care about. If you're a Republican, maybe you don't stand on shit. I don't know. I'm just saying I do. I don't know what you care about. You worried about $40 billion go over to Argentina. I'm worried about kids that don't get food to eat. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
In the world. I want to get this war over. Okay?
Putin-Trump tunnel to connect Russia and Alaska. Are you interested?
I just heard about it. A tunnel from Russia to Alaska. I just heard about that one. That's an interesting one. We'll have to think about that. I hadn't heard that. We just did a nice road in Alaska. That's going to get us.
Put the facts in the chat. Put the facts in the chat, Tony V. You keep talking the facts like you got the facts. I need to stay away from politics. I'm an embarrassment. You're right. I surely am, Le Greek. Hey, Le Greek, ain't there a couple million channels on YouTube? Ain't there somewhere else you could be, seeing as how I'm so embarrassing to you that I need to stay away from politics? Ain't there a whole bunch of other channels you could have your ass at? Fuck you here for? Just dumb for no reason. You here? I ain't come to your house.
To a lot of minerals, and we have a piece of it, a good piece of the ownership because of the fact we made it possible. But this came up yesterday, a tunnel from Russia to Alaska. That's an interesting. What do you think of that, Mr. President? Do you have any ideas? How do you like that idea?
I'm not happy with this.
I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you liked it. I don't think you liked it.
President Trump, do you think that Vladimir Putin, do you think that Putin, your gut instinct?
Well, we had a senator that wanted, remember, from Hawaii, she wanted a tunnel from the mainland to Hawaii.
Can you be a mod?
Then she said, well, we can't do that, so we're going to build a railroad to Hawaii. Do you remember? She's a current sitting senator, a Democrat.
Yeah, we probably have more oil than we know what to do with. Why we not making our country first? Why we can't do our country first? I don't know about y'all, but it pisses me off when we need so many things over here. We need let them folk worry about their wars. Let them folks worry about their own wars. Take care of the America first. Open up the pipeline, get some more jobs coming out there, raise the minimum wage, see about us having health care, making sure kids eat food, free lunch. Let's get it rocking up in here. I am embarrassing to my own party. LaGrief. Amazing. I am. This woman only cares when it's a Republican in office?
She wants a railroad to go to Hawaii, right? You know who that is, right? She's another beauty.
President Trump, your gut instinct.
Yeah, please.
On your meeting with Putin, aren't you concerned that maybe the Russian president is trying to buy himself more time?
Yeah, I am, but you know, I've been played all my life by the best of them, and I came out really well. So it's possible, yeah, a little time.
Is your gut
It's
instinct
all right. But I think that I'm pretty good at this stuff. I think that he wants to make a deal. I made 8 of them. I'm going to make a 9th. I think he wants to make a deal. Well, I think that he should have won the war in a week.
Supreme, they don't bother me.
And if
They
we
don't
didn't,
bother
if
me
we
at
didn't
all.
give
It's
the
amazing.
anti-tank missiles, as you
bother
know,
me
the
at
javelins
all.
they call them, they got stuck in the mud. They would have been in Kiev very quickly. They were heading to Kiev. So, you know, in war, you have a lot of luck. Too, people, weather has won.
Y'all wild. Y'all need to hit the like button. Y'all need to hit the like button and subscribe button. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing the most in this damn chat. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Y'all doing the most in this chat, for real.
War and the cold and the heat and all things that take place in war. But that was a very interesting moment when the tanks started rolling and some brilliant general said, let's go through the mud instead of going down the highway, right? So they got a little bit lucky. But you know where they really got lucky? I gave javelins. That wasn't given by Barack Hussein Obama. He gave them sheets. You know, there's a statement.
Shit.
Obama gave them sheets and I gave them the javelins. And the javelins are a devastating weapon. And that wasn't given by Obama. That was given by, because at the time it was Obama. That was given by me. So it was like one of those things. And you had hundreds of them. They're a devastating weapon. We have a lot of devastating weapons. I'd rather not use them. But that was a big moment. You know, when the tanks got stuck,
Right.
They got stuck. And call it luck or call it talent. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it was a big moment in time.
Do you think Democrats will give you credit? Do you think Democrats will give you credit when you finally?
Wait a minute. What? Why is it top chatter the biggest MAGA loser in here? I don't even know. And
On this war, like they did with the war in the Middle East? And
I think right now the Democrats are really damaged, mentally damaged. They want to take 1.5 trillion with a T, $1 trillion and give it to people that invaded our country. They came into our country illegally from prisons, from mental institutions, gang members. They want to give them help.
See, that's just like letting the fox in the hen house, Le Greek. That's just like, no. Here's the thing. The fight between the Democrats and the Republicans right now is in the house. Why the government is shut down? The government is shut down because of the Democrats. The Democrats are holding off from agreeing to anything because they are trying to make sure that our Medicaid, Medicare, and all of those things stay in place, and they restore what they cut out in the big, beautiful bill. Okay, the argument with the Republicans is the Republicans say that the Democrats want to give health care to illegal aliens. Now, this is what he means. This is what they mean. What they mean is because everyone can go to a hospital and get emergency treatment. This is what they mean by giving illegal aliens Medicare. Everyone who walks into a hospital, regardless of whether they're illegal or legal, can walk into any hospital and receive emergency care. Like if they cut off their arm, of course they can relieve emergency care. Of course they can get emergency care. They cut off a leg, of course. If they're dying of a heart attack, of course they're gonna give them, but that's on the hospital, right? And the hospital don't have to in the hospital, and if they don't have Medicaid or anything, they don't get free Medicaid. They still get a bill, okay? But it's not free, right? So this is the argument that the Republicans keep saying. Democrats only holding up the budget because they want to give free health care to illegal aliens. That's not true because, let me see. That's not true because hospitals give medical care for anyone who walks in the door. You still get a bill, okay? So it's not a matter of giving them free health care. So the Republicans are lying about that. And PRWORA -104-193. That's a bill, a federal bill that says illegal immigrants cannot get Medicaid, food stamps, all of that. So it's already that they can't get any of those services. Already they can't get any of those services. So the Republicans are lying. They just don't want to restore the medical benefits that they cut off already. So they cut them off when they did the big, beautiful bill. They already cut off. So if they don't restore them, all of our premiums are going to go up. The renewal period starts in November. Okay? So, seeing as how the renewal period for everyone normally starts in November, I guess November, December, blah, 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 all of our premiums are going to go up. Are you okay for illegal immigrants getting free health care? Lee Greek Chef, I just explained to you that they don't get free health care. Why is it you didn't understand what I'm talking about? What they're talking about is because an illegal alien walks into a hospital and you have to treat people, the hospital doesn't distinguish between legal and illegal. That's what they mean by illegals getting health care. The government doesn't pay for that because I know for a fact that if you don't have health care, they will send you that bill. Okay? So stop it. It is not a matter of them getting free health care. Nobody gets free health care unless a governor allows it. Okay? It's free. It's never free for them. It's never free for. We don't get it for free either.
Healthcare and take it away from our citizens. We're not going to do that. $1.5 trillion they want to destroy. They want to destroy our healthcare system. We're not going to let that happen.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's not a matter of Democrats.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but some interesting things are happening around the world. I'll say that.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Whoa! Yeah, he just cussed in the middle of the damn. He just cussed in the middle of the damn thing.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
The president be wild when he be talking.
Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Wait a minute. Where's that other one? I mean, hold on.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes, that was our president of the United States dropping the F-bomb at the cabinet meeting there across from Ukrainian President Zelensky, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth chuckling, Marco Rubio looking a little stunned, and Treasury Secretary Bessent sort of turning away, acting like nothing really happened there. Okay, I think that kind of shocked all of us, but that's what the president does. When he's had enough questions, he's irritated, he thinks he's made his point. Well, he lets everybody know that questions are over. So here's what the president said. There will be a president, and a president, and I'll be the mediator president.
Yes.
Trump says there will be another summit.
Of course it's going to be a summit. Yeah, but here's the thing. Are they going to allow it? Are they going to allow it? What is it? Vladimir? Is Vladimir going to deal with it? Or he ain't going to deal with it? Okay. Now I got my last one. Come on. Come on.
Follow and engage with C-SPAN on Twitter.
Hold on. Uno momento.
Well, good morning. Welcome to day 17 of the Democrat shutdown. I feel like on a day like this, at the end of another long week, I just feel like we ought to apologize. I hate that we have to do this. I don't want to be here any more than you do talking about this subject. It is so difficult to be a happy warrior when you know that so many millions of American people are suffering, being made to suffer unnecessarily because of the Democrats' political games. If you're keeping count at home, we're on day 17 of the shutdown. The Democrats have now voted for the 11th time to keep the government closed. 11 times now. They've refused to just do their basic job, get the government going again, making sure that federal employees are paid, that our troops are paid, Border Patrol agents, TSA agents, air traffic controllers, and everyone else who relies upon the vital services of our federal government. They're being denied that because Democrats in Congress are playing games. And right now, to add insult to injury, if you're paying attention at home, you also need to make note of this. Yesterday, the Senate Democrats took it a step further. They rejected a standalone bill to fund our nation's defense and pay our troops. They voted it down. Now, why is that so noteworthy? Well, the bill was passed out of committee in the Senate with broad bipartisan support. And yet, the Democrats still engaged in a stunt on the floor, and they rejected it. So now they are on record specifically and exclusively to block the paychecks of the troops, to block the funding of our national defense in a very dangerous moment in world history. It is absurd to us. Leader Thune said this on the floor, on the Senate floor after that vote. He said, quote, "That one vote demonstrates just how fundamentally disinterested Democrats are in supporting our troops and providing for our common defense." Yes, that is exactly what we saw. And I suspect that if they were here today and it was on the floor, they'd do it once again. Now, tomorrow, the Democrat leaders are going to join for a big party out on the National Mall. They're going to descend on our Capitol for their much-anticipated so-called No Kings rally. We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that. If you think about what's going to happen here tomorrow, you're going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa,
You notice how they classifying it. You're gonna bring together the Marxists, the socialists, Antifa, BLM. Watch him say all that. He gonna say all of that.
For advocates, the anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party. That is the modern Democratic
Look at that.
Party. That's where they've gone. And the Hate America rally is the common theme among all those groups.
And that's what they want to put out there. They want to put out there, this is the Marxists, the lefties, the Antifa, the X, Y, and Z. That's the language that they're using. So that when you go out there, that's how they're going to try to get to arrest these people. This administration is trash. Trash, I tell you.
Listen to the language they use themselves.
It's trash.
Many of them don't like living in America. They hate capitalism. They hate our free enterprise system. They hate our principles. They hate the ideas that we come in to work every day to fight for, to preserve, in the greatest nation in the history of the world. They hate the idea of individual freedom and limited government. They hate the idea of the rule of law. They fight against it all the time. They hate the idea of peace through strength.
They hate the idea of peace through strength. This is wild. This is wild. Stop putting the bullshit in my chat, Corey B.
They lobby against it all the time. Individual freedom.
He don't have no point prior to freedom. He don't have no point. Wait a minute, hold on. I keep forgetting. Y'all in the cult. I keep forgetting. Let me stop talking.
Limited government, the rule of law, peace through strength, fiscal responsibility, free markets, human dignity, the things that lead to human flourishing, the things that made us the greatest nation in the history of the world. They're opposed to law enforcement. They're opposed to military. And their votes show it over and over. That's the collection of voices that you'll hear tomorrow that the Democrats will go out and raise their hands with and cheer with. And some of these people are so blinded by their hatred.
Every time we put Republicans in office, y'all don't know how to govern the people. You don't never know how to govern the people. The only interest you have is staying in office. You're never interested in governing the people. You're only interested in lining your pockets. It's never anything else with this. You don't want to make circumstances better for poor. You don't want to make the circumstances better for the elderly. You don't want to make the circumstances better for the veterans. You don't know how to govern people. This is just like, remember when you go to work and people are managers and supervisors, and then they don't know how to talk to the people. They don't know how to treat the people. They don't know how to do any of those things, but they got the job because they have the technical skills, but they don't have the people skills. This is the Republicans when we put them in office. They never have the people skills. They never know how to govern people. It's always dealing with money or the rich people. Never, ever, ever know how to govern. They don't stand for nothing. That's what I hate about Republicans. They don't stand for nothing.
You can't find one reason to celebrate America or all that we've accomplished and continue to accomplish under this new administration. Now, obviously, every American has every right to exercise their First Amendment freedoms. I'm personally a big advocate of that. I spent the first 20 years of my legal career in the federal courts before I came to Congress defending the right to free speech. They have the right to do it. Republicans, by the way, are the party that fights to maximize your liberty. And we believe, just as our founders did, that every American has been endowed by God himself with unalienable rights, and that includes the rights to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. But tomorrow, this rally is not about freedom. It's about the opposite. For many of our Democrat colleagues, tomorrow is about creating really a spectacle. That's what they've been doing here every day, the shutdown, with their little TikTok videos and their publicity stunts. And they're going to do it in a much larger venue tomorrow. And as the shutdown drags on, it's becoming increasingly clear that this spectacle is the reason the Democrats have refused to reopen the government. Just read a sample of the materials that this organizing group has circulated far and wide about the event tomorrow. They distributed talking points cheering on the shutdown. I mean, they're urging this on. They love this. They're cheering on Chuck Schumer's decision to close the government, and their lead organizer said this. This is his words, not mine. Quote, He hasn't surrendered yet. I call that progress. Maybe that's what led Chuck Schumer to say that every day of the shutdown gets better for us. That's what he said. Since then, Democrats have had their 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th opportunities to reopen the government, and they have obeyed the mob. They have listened to that. On Wednesday, this is pretty ominous. I don't know if anybody's reported on this, but you should. The lead organizer of tomorrow's event issued an open threat to Democrats in Washington.
Because they don't want higher workers' wages, Gary. They don't want that. They don't want anything to help the middle class. No party does want anything to help the working class. None of them do. Okay? They don't care about the working class at all. The only difference is the Democrats pretend to like the working class. The Republicans don't even pretend to like the working class. You all hit the like button coming in and out, please and thank you. We need the subs. We need the share. We need the likes. Please and thank you very much. I'd appreciate it. Y'all up with me at 3:45 in the morning. What the hell is going on? I'm up because I slept all day. So I'm just trying to figure out, can I get the likes and the subs and all that good stuff, right? Neither party, they're not the same. That's for sure. Okay. It's not the same all morning. So we've been feeding you facts all morning and I ain't ban nobody. I don't never ban nobody. I don't care what you say in the chat. I don't ban nobody. You say whatever you like. I'm going to say whatever I like. Hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. Please and thank you. I'd appreciate it. I really would. I ain't ban nobody. I don't ban people. Because I don't ban people.
And this is what he said, quote, "The cavalry is coming in on October 18th, and they're either going to be celebrating you or they're going to be calling for new leadership in the Democrat Party." Now, I know who heard that. Chuck Schumer heard it. Hakeem Jeffries heard it. And their actions and their votes show that they are taking that as an order. Evidently, they've decided it's more important to show a fight to President Trump and appease this mob than to reopen the government and ensure the American people are taken care of.
Hey, Jessica.
It's a binary choice right now. And to the surprise of literally no one, Chuck Schumer confirmed yesterday that he'll attend tomorrow's rally. Of course he will. He gave an impassioned speech on the Senate floor. He urged his colleagues to stand with him and fight against President Trump. The fight is absurd. Senator, you've been in office for 44 years. You've been in Congress longer than that, but you've been in Congress.
So why are you worried about what he's fighting and what he's not fighting? Why are you all worried about what this man Chuck Schumer is fighting? Chuck Schumer is doing what he's supposed to do, like every other opposition party. He's fighting for his opposition. He's fighting for his party. Why are y'all worried about what he's fighting for? Okay? He's doing what he has to do on his own time. Okay? He's doing what he has to do on his own time. So don't bitch at him. Don't bitch at him.
For 44 years, and everybody clearly understands what's going on. You're holding the entire country hostage to protect your own political career. I mean, no one can deny that. And what you're doing is absurd. You're demanding $1.5 trillion new spending,
right,
instead of the clean, totally nonpartisan CR that you yourself voted for just 7 months ago. The whole charade is obvious. And I also want to point out the irony that is equally clear. Okay? As much as we disagree with Schumer and the Senate Democrats and all of that's going to happen tomorrow, no one, not a single person is going to be standing in their way of their right to exercise, assemble, and protest peacefully. That alone is a profound testament to the strength of our republic, to the beauty of America.
Right.
They are decrying the country that allows them to engage in this activity. And the last time I checked, Americans have more freedom right now to express themselves.
But you know what? You know what's going to happen sooner or later? You know what's going to happen? That young lady who just won the Senate seat, who just won the House seat, the young lady who just won the House seat is going to sign the paperwork that releases all of the Epstein files. All of the Epstein files. So once those files get released, everybody going to be embarrassed. Everybody gonna be embarrassed. But you see the person that's right on the screen right here? This person doesn't want to swear her in. He doesn't want to swear her in because it's going to embarrass President Trump. Okay? He's going to be embarrassed. So they don't want that to happen. So we're waiting for her to get sworn in. Okay. No, but yes, he can. They always swear people in when the government is not in office. That's wild. They signed. There's a petition that's going around.
Speak their minds after Republicans took over and ended the years of having millions of Americans' voices systematically silenced during the COVID pandemic years and the left's cancel culture. It is the Republicans that restored your right to share and speak your mind. And that's the first and most obvious irony of the Hate America rally. The second and even more absurd fact is that all the Democrats who are so angry that they don't control the government are the same people who have decided to shut it down and hand the keys to President Trump. That's the great irony. Chuck Schumer said it himself. I brought just two lines out of his New York Times op-ed that he wrote and published March 18th of this year. And he pointed out there, in a shutdown, this is his words, the Trump administration would have wide-ranging authority. He said there's no check on their determinations on what is essential and what is not. Chuck Schumer put it in writing.
Oh, okay, this is what it is. Okay, her name is Adelita Gurvali. She is a elected senator, elected House representative. Okay. A petition, a discharge petition has been put into the House of Representatives. This procedural mechanism is designed to force a floor vote on legislation that would require the United States Department of Justice to release all files related to Epstein's investigation. The petition needs 218 signatures to succeed, a majority of the full House. Once the 218th member of Congress adds their name, the petition advances. Her name is Adelita Gurvali. She's newly elected to Congress in a special election for Arizona's 7th district. She said she intends to become that 218th signature. What's holding them up? Despite her victory, Adelita has not yet been sworn in as a member of Congress. Why hasn't she been sworn in? Without her being sworn in, she cannot officially sign the petition or vote. Speaker Mike Johnson contends that the delay in swearing her in is due to the ongoing government shutdown, procedural scheduling, and not due to the Epstein file petition. Everybody else disagrees, saying the timing is politically motivated. In short, soon as she becomes sworn in is when she's going to sign it. Okay? She's going to sign it, and then they're going to have to release the Epstein files. And we already know that President Trump is in the Epstein files because we were told that. So, we will find out. We will find out what's going on.
Published it. He knew this scenario, and he is the one that has decided to hand the keys to the kingdom to President Trump. When he shut down the legislative branch, the chief executive has the authority to make the decisions in the executive branch. He has no choice. They have turned off the funding streams, and they have to triage the situation with federal spending. Everybody on the mall this weekend should recognize and remember who's responsible for taking the reins of Congress and handing them to President Trump.
So we just waiting for her to sign it, and then we can see the file.
Stop tomorrow.
Hopefully the file
has the courage to tell you the truth. But he's incapable of telling the truth right now. And he's doing something that's unprecedented. Never in the history of Congress.
So they're doing everything. They're doing everything
shut down the government over a clean CR.
This is all about the Epstein files. They doing everything they can not to get them files released. I think so too, Chastity. I think so too. Okay? I think so too. Yeah.
This is an unprecedented event, and it's inexcusable.
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button. Come on in, share the content, please and thank you. We're in the middle of the night having a discussion. We doing what we got to do. Ain't nobody blocked. We just doing what we got to do. The fire. I hope not, Tim. I hope not. I want to see some juicy shit. I've been waiting. I want to see some juicy shit. I want to see some embarrassment of these rich motherfuckers. I want some of these rich motherfuckers to be embarrassed. What you mean? I don't want to be disappointed. I want to see somebody get some egg on their face. I don't know about y'all. I want to see some juicy shit. I want to hear some juicy shit. I want to know some juicy shit. I want to know what the fuck they did, what happened. Oh, hell yeah. I'm messy like that. I want to know what's going on. I don't know about
Chuck
y'all.
Schumer who's making the decision to keep the government closed. And until the mob and Bernie and AOC and the rest of the socialists give him permission to reopen the government, we're afraid that Americans are going to continue to suffer at the hands of Democrats' political games. I doubt Americans will hear.
I think there's Democrats in there. I think there's Republicans in there. I'm talking about all of them rich motherfuckers, Corey. You man, I know you ain't thinking the Republicans is poor. They ain't poor. Hey, I bet you there's some wild shit in them files. Some wild shit. We're gonna find out some shit. Them files get really released for real. I wanna know what fucking them files. That they all trying to so hard not to release them, but I wanna know what the hell is in them files.
That on the protest days tomorrow, but that is the truth. And it's why Republicans
I want to know 308.
continue to be here every single day, sharing the facts with the American people for as long as it takes. In just a moment, I'm going to get to hear from our dear friend and colleague, the chairman of our Armed Services Committee, Chairman Mike.
That's why they're trying so hard not to pull it out, because I know there's Democrats and Republicans in there. They all trying to cover that shit up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, they all their asses was in it. All their asses was over there. They know about that shit. Clinton know about that shit. Hillary know about that shit. They all know about that shit. And some of them was over there. You can't tell me they don't know. Hell yeah, they all know. I want to know all of that shit. I want to know who was there, what y'all was doing, and I want to know everything. Oh no, I don't think she was there. No, I don't think her. I think it's a bunch of politicians there. I think a bunch of politicians. I think a bunch of movie stars, people like that. Maybe foreign people, foreign people, shit like that. No, it's some wild shit in them files. There's some wild shit in them files. Hell yeah, I believe it is.
Rogers of Alabama. As I mentioned at the top of the remarks, Democrats have voted 11 times now to block the paychecks for our troops. And we have a duty to support those men and women who defend.
No, I'm not saying Oprah is godly. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying them rich motherfuckers. Look, if you had all the money in the world, you probably be doing some wild shit too. Them people got all that money. Them people got money. I'm not saying they are. I'm saying if you got all that money, what wouldn't you be able to do? Right? What would you not be able to do? Okay? And you would test the boundaries of what you would be able to do if you had money. You just would. You just would. Right? So if she in there, if Oprah in there, I don't care who in there. All I know is they trying to hide and cover up whatever they trying to hide and cover up, and we ain't finna allow them to hide and cover it up. No, I wouldn't be doing anything with kids, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, some people, see, that's the thing. Some people would be. That's the shit. That's a freaking thing. These people, see, look, what's his name? Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz. He was in the House of Representatives. Matt Gaetz. He was fooling around with young girls. He was in the House of Representatives not 3 years ago. He was fooling around with kids. Well, not kids, but, 16, 17-year-old, whatever. He was messing around with girls, allegedly, right? So that's the whole point. The whole point is they're trying to hide and cover everybody. They trying to hide and cover everybody. And we ain't finna allow them. We ain't finna allow them do that. There's got to be people who know exactly what happened. There's got to be people who gonna talk when the files come out. It's got to be. Otherwise, we gonna make some noise. If they pull the bullshit out of their ass, we gonna make some noise. Like, y'all lying. We know for sure half of y'all in them files. Yes, them rich. See, it may not be. See, here's the thing, Gary. It may not be elected officials, but it may be they rich donor people. It might be them people that's saying y'all need to protect me, or whatever. It might be them people. Okay, I don't know, but I want to see whatever they got.
Our country and all the rest of us, and the Democrats are failing our brave heroes. Chairman Rogers is here to tell you more about that and the other grave implications for our national defense and our military readiness. I'm happy to introduce him to you right now. Chairman Rogers.
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, the share button, subscribe button. Subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. We like to have these kind of discussions and talks, sometime in the middle of the night, usually around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. It'd be amazing. Okay. Shout out Alvin Hosley, stepping down as commander of the Southern Command. Whoa, it's all about donors. Yeah, it's all about donors and shit. Yes, it is. All about Black and Proud, a.k.a. Black Hawk. Hey. Every J. Cleveland, hello, Trump is pelting. Yeah, Sly, Tony, Corey, Nuvo. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of them. I just believe it's a bunch of people in them files that's got a lot of money. Chastity, Corey, Klein, Zeke, Mitch, Phil, 30, 308, Corey, Tony, Tiger. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, please. Climb BMX, Phil, Chastity, Tim, Sherry, Tiger. I appreciate all of y'all showing up. Misty Blue. I don't know. Oprah, I don't know. Darcy, Jay Cleveland, Sherry, hit the like button and the share and the subscribe. Hey, for the next content that show up, I'd appreciate it. Sure would. Okay, y'all. It is what it is. But we got to do what we got to do. We going to do what we got to do. Okay? But here it is. We going to figure out what's in them files before too long. We going to find out what's in them files. Because we need to know what's in them freaking files. We need to know. Everybody need to be putting pressure on their representative, pressure on whoever. We just need people. We just need a whole collective. We need a whole collective of y'all need to put pressure on y'all people. We need a whole collective of people saying, do what you got to do, but we need to see those files. And see, I'm messy like that, so I want to see the files. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just messy like that. I just want to see. I want to know who in the files. I don't necessarily need to know what they did. I just need to know who in the files. Okay? Everybody that's over the age of 65 need to retire. When retirement comes up at 65, they need to retire. Every person that's in that damn chamber. Okay? We need term limits. That's one of the things we need most. We need term limits. We need to get rid of all of that rot. Okay? We need to do all of that. Get rid of everything. All of them. Nancy, who I can't even name half of them. Nancy, Chuck, McConnell, all of them. Okay. We need all of them to do term limits, all of them, because they just rotting the country, and we need fresh blood in there. We need fresh blood. Okay. At the age of 65, you got to retire or give you a term limit. You only get 3 terms. However it needs to be done, you get 3 terms and that's it. Okay. But I want to, it don't matter. We've been waiting for these files for the longest. We need to see those files. We need to see what's in them files so we can get past them files. Most people ain't going to get past them files unless we see them. So this is what we need. Okay. Y'all hit the like, share, subscribe, please, and thank you. We have these kind of discussions all the time. I would have opened up the phone lines so people can talk, but hell, I didn't want to hear y'all motherfucking mouth. I'm just kidding. Okay. So what it is, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow evening. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow evening. No, I'll probably be back tomorrow afternoon for the what is it called? Police report to see what police activity has happened this week. We have a lot of things that happened this week, law wise, that people committing crimes. A mother and a father smothered a baby this week. Just all kinds of weird shit that's been happening this week. I'll be back around the same time tomorrow. No, not the same time. 12 hours from tomorrow. See what's going on with the world. Let everybody know what's going on with the world. Y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button. We not doing no blocking around here. Long as we don't get out of pocket, outrageous with it. People are nice. Hey, long as you're not talking 2-point crazy. Okay? Long as we're not talking 2-point crazy, everybody's welcome here. I don't care whether you're black, white, Hispanic. I don't care. That's not what we do here. We usually go over some of the White House stuff in the middle of the night. And then in the morning, we go over the, criminal stuff. See what's going on with the criminal stuff. This is wild. It has been a wild week with these people. Peace, no peace. I wish it would have been peace, but I truly believe they finna give those people dirt naps. I truly believe Israel is about to give the Palestinian people dirt naps. So, I appreciate you all coming. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. I will see you tomorrow sometime. Please turn on the notifications, cause I'll be back. We'll be back. We will be back. We definitely will be back. Definitely. We'll be back.